Late night talks at the Turtle Pond. You know this one's gonna be a banger. It's like 11. I just want to say I'm proud of myself just for the consistency, and I think this is like around the 15th one. It's Friday. Usually post on Thursday, but it's like I know on Thursday, like I have to go and post. But I've just been in this like really good routine, and I'm just becoming more aware of my surroundings. Atomic Habits. If you haven't read this book, I watched this like video summary of it. Amazing. But today we're going to speak about finding peace within yourself. And this is like a touchy one for me, because I feel like family matters so much to me, and they're an important grounding point. I always feel at home when I speak to my family and just connect with my family when I'm with my family. But the older I'm getting, and realizing is, if you're not grounded and you don't have that peace within yourself, you're gonna be lost at times and just frustrated with your family unnecessarily, because there might be points where you're speaking to them about something you're really excited about, and then they don't relate, or there's just not that like spark in their eyes, and you want there to be a spark in their eyes, you want to get a specific reaction out of them, and you just don't, and it's frustrating. So it's like same thing with like a friendship. You have to find that peace and that support within yourself, and not looking for certain reactions out of certain people when it comes to like anything. And it's easier said than done, but I'm becoming like more and more in that practice, because a lot of people say stuff. A lot of people are like, I'm gonna do this, I'm doing this, I'm living this way, and they'll like front like they're living in a specific way. Like, I'm in LA, and there's people that don't do this. There's like genuine people that are just being themselves, but there's people that are trying to portray an image of something that they're not. People are doing that everywhere with Instagram. Like, people are just flexing for no reason. But whoever, like, if a family member sees this, no shade, but when you know someone isn't where they're at, or like where they're portraying to other people, and the lifestyle that they're living isn't really beneficial to what you know that they can achieve in the long run. Because at the end of the day, we're living for today, but you have to like sustain for tomorrow. So it's like, I think it's better to live within your means and truly just be okay with yourself. Like, when you're secure and okay with where you're at in life, that's how you can move on. It's kind of like accepting your situation. Like, if you're a fat ass, like, know that you're fat, and like move. If you want to change that, like, make a change. Like, right now I want to get more clients in my agency, want to do all these things, but at the end of the day, I can't be mad at like not getting more clients when I'm not putting in cold calls, when I'm not producing the habit that's going to get me to that result that I want. Like, don't get mad at a goal that you're not achieving if you aren't putting in the action. Focus on the action. And I think it goes deeper than like focusing on the action. It's like, because let's say you're not doing something, and you tell yourself you're going to do this thing and you just don't do it, there might be like an insecurity within yourself. You don't feel worthy. You don't feel a certain way. And for me, like, same thing. Like, with the sales call, I had like someone I had spoken to on Wednesday, said he wanted to sign up and everything. Thursday came, called him, he didn't answer. And instead of me just calling again, like at a later certain point, I'm like, nah, I held it off. And who knows, like I literally could have had a close, could have had a sale, but me like feeling that feeling of like not worthiness had me just second guessing myself and like not having that belief that I am worthy of the sale, like owning that I'm an agency owner now. Like I put that as my wallpaper right now. You are an agency owner, and it's fully aligning with that identity. I'm an agency owner, and that's just like I just get chills and goosebumps like thinking of being an agency owner. It's just something I've always wanted, and just knowing that I am that already. Because I know I have the skill. Like if I had to onboard a client, like I know what to do now. 5 months ago, I had no idea what I wanted to do within onboarding a client. But I guess like the reason why I'm going back to like staying grounded with yourself is like I've been speaking to my family about just like the experience and journey that I've been on, and a lot of them haven't reacted in a way that I'd want them to. It's like I can see that they're happy for me, but it's just like maybe that they don't like believe in it. But I'm also like coming to the realization like a lot of people will, sometimes the closest people to you will tamper your biggest dreams and ambitions because of things that they haven't achieved in their lives, things that they haven't done in their lives. And I don't know, there's something special about like just solitude and being isolated in a way, and being comfortable with being by yourself. Like a lot of people can't even just go to the movies by themselves, or go to dinner by themselves. How many people do you know that think that's weird? And it's not weird. Like being okay within your surroundings, not reaching for your phone when you feel like something's uncomfortable, or you feel like you're bored. It's a fucking skill, being by yourself. And yeah, I'm getting better at finding peace within myself and loving myself first, so I can like show love to others. I've been the type of person that always wants to give it out before I even receive it. It's kind of like there's an analogy. I'm sure maybe you guys have heard of it, but it's like if you're in an airplane, same thing with life, and the emergency lights come on, the mask drop. They say put on your oxygen mask first before you help anyone else, and it's just so true with life. You have to give that gratitude, that self-love to yourself before you can go out there in the world and impact the world, because eventually you're gonna burn out. Like I've fully experienced it for myself, like that feeling of just utter, that's the sprinklers if you guys hear that, but I've been in that feeling of just like utter burnout, and it's frustrating. It's fucking frustrating, and you're just in a slump. Like the past like month and a half is, I'm sure once I like look back on these videos, I'm gonna see this, I've like felt this, and I'm gonna get into like, I'll be personal about it. A lot of like relationship has come up like in my life, like personal life, and it's just showed me you gotta be grounded within yourself. Like at the end of the day, like you could lose everyone, and what are you gonna do? You have to learn to trust yourself more, and just like really rely on your mental health and just your well-being. Because if you don't put your oxygen mask on first, you're gonna constantly be disappointed in like a waste. Like you help someone and then they just go against you, and it almost feels like just a stab in the back. And I don't want to get into specifics, but it just feels like a stab in the back. Like, I thought you had me. It's like I'm getting into this mode of like just forgiving, but just not forgetting, man. Like now I truly understand like why when certain people make it to the top, there's just so many bigger problems, like people that want to take a piece of your pie that you worked for, and that person didn't do any work. Already, like I'm seeing like the tad bits of that struggle and that dynamic, and it's just sad because everyone can achieve what they want to achieve, but it's like not everyone's willing to put in the results. I mean, put in the work to achieve their ambitions and consistently put in the work. I'm saying here today that I want to pay my rent's due at the first of the month. So it's like putting in my work, putting in my consistency of sales calls, and just viewing changing the way I view sales calls. For me, it was like such a burden, but I'm trying to reframe that. And it's like sales calls equal financial freedom. Sales calls equal financial freedom. And I'm going to be able to just like live the life I'm living. Like right now, like not everyone, like a lot of people make fun of me because I don't have the cleanest fucking kicks, shoes. Don't get me wrong, I could buy myself a new pair of shoes, but I know where I want to go, and right now that's not my priority. My priority isn't looking nice for other people. Yeah, and guys, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. This one's a little bit longer. Love you guys who stay till the end as always. Give it a like, subscribe, and again, eventually these comments are going to be flooded. Maybe they won't. Even if the comments aren't flooded with people speaking about like the journey that they've been through, it's all good. I'm doing this for me and just like to show that you can be consistent with something you say you're going to do and just stick to it. Because at the end of the day, I could tell someone like, oh, I'm doing well and I'm feeling good, but you at the end of the day know how you truly feel, and you have to sleep with yourself at night. Yeah, that's it, guys.